Hey guys, it's me, Levon, Loaded Operator 7, and today we're showing you a little system that I put together. This is a tiny house or tiny home hot water system that you could put together. I used it for portable showers when I used to work in California and Los Angeles area. I used to get I'm an industrial plumber, so we used to get pretty dirty, and I didn't like getting into my clean vehicle all covered with dirt and whatnot. So I would actually shower on the job site, and then I would get into my vehicle. And then we would also go into the desert. We'd go shooting over the weekend, me and some friends of mine, and we would obviously sweat all day long while the desert winds would cake you with the dust. And I didn't want to crawl into my vintage trailer, my little Kenskill here. Nice clean bed. I didn't want to crawl in there covered with a layer of clay. So I would shower outside the back of my pickup truck. I'd basically stand on the end of my pickup truck and take a shower and then get into bed. So let me show you how this thing works. If you're next to a river, it's basically endless. You could shower until your propane tank runs out, basically. I used to have a 25-gallon container, and that was good for about 2 long showers, 3 short showers. And I'll explain to you how that works. So you can shower easily and quickly by basically wetting yourself completely and then shutting off your water supply, lathering up with soap, conditioner, shampoo, or whatever you need. That's why this little guy comes in handy. It was given to me by one of my neighbors. It's got a shampoo dispenser, conditioner, and soap. And I honestly wouldn't even bother with the shampoo and conditioner. I would just soap up completely, get all the crap off of me, and then I was done. And I would turn the water supply back on, and I'll be done. And I'll just rinse off all the suds and whatnot, dry off, and hop in bed. So it starts out this way. This would be your supply. So you can hook this up to any type of container. It's a 1/2-inch thread. You can get a small RV container if you want, like 25 gallons or whatnot. You can also get a 5-gallon bucket, to be quite honest with you. That would be good for about 1 shower if you're conservative. So what this is your water inlet. It pulls your water in. You obviously have to have a filter before it hits your pump. So it comes into this wire mesh filter, filters out any debris. If there's anything large, it'll catch it. Goes into your pump. This is a 3-gallon per hour, 3-gallon per minute, pump, and it's made by SureFlow. And you're going to need at least 3 gallons per minute to run the tankless water heater, and I'll get to that. Here's your battery pack, is what I used to run it off of. 12-volt system. You obviously hook your 12-volt up, and you can run the pump off of the 12 volts. I had an adapter that ran from this, and I have a tailgate. I got a plug that hooks up to a wireless winch, basically. It's a wheel lift, and I was able to power this system off of that. And the good thing about this is when you shut the water off, the pump stops. So there is no water to go. It's not flowing, so it automatically kills the pump. 55 psi, 3.7 bar. Model number is 4008-010-A65 in case you're interested. This is what you're going to need to run your tankless water heater. And the water heater I'm using is an amazing system by EcoTemp. ECCOTEMP. And this is a model L7. Originally I bought the L5, but it wasn't keeping up, and I forgot if there was something wrong with it. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. This is many, many years ago. As you can see, this system has been with me for at least 10 years, I think, and it works great. So I called the company up, and I said this and that was happening, and they said, you know what, don't even bother. We'll upgrade you to the next one. Just pay the difference, and I believe it was like $20. So a great company to go through, EcoTemp. And again, this is a model L7, and that's the lowest model I would go with for this kind of a system if you're going to do it. It runs off of the ignition source is 2 double D batteries. and they last forever because all it does is it kicks on the igniter, and you're ready to go. So it fires up. This will tell you your propane is burning. This is your water regulator, so you can regulate how much water it's feeding. You can soften it up. The more you soften it, the hotter it gets. And then obviously the red one, when you crank it all up, that kicks on your burners a lot higher. So what I do is I put the water at about medium, and then I kick the burners up, so it really kicks on. I mean, you got a lot of water coming at you, and it's piping hot water. So totally recommend getting this L7 model. So the way it works, again, you've got your water feed. If you're next to a river, make sure that that's floating and that's not at the bottom of the river. What I would do is I would put a 2-liter bottle so it hangs right about in the middle, hang a rock from it, and then have a 2-liter bottle so it's hanging in the middle of the water flow. And it's not at the bottom, and it's not at the top, sucking in air. Comes in through your water filter, goes through the pump, operated by a 12-volt battery pack, comes into the system, and what you're going to need here is a 1/2" to 3/4 adapter, and this is where you would normally screw your garden hose into, but we're using this system obviously. You tie it in with a 3/4 inch to 1/2 inch nipple, and it's all brass, and I only recommend using brass. Don't go with galvanized. So you got this guy running into your system, goes through the coil, gets heated up, comes out of this system, and it's all piping hot at this point, and it'll run to your shower head, which, as you can see, it's got an off switch and an on switch, so you can turn it on, shower, shut it off, lather up and whatnot, kick it back on again and rinse off. But what I actually do when I'm in the desert is I have this, and this is quite elaborate. It's a 1/2 inch copper, and it runs to, here, I'll show you the whole thing. It basically comes, I strap it to the side of my tank, and then I put a shower head on over there, and that way I could shower basically standing in the middle of nowhere. And what it does is it has a 1/2 inch shut-off valve on it. You turn it on, you kick in, you go in hot water, shut it off, and you lather up, and then turn it on again when you need your hot water again. So you can use the system. I believe this came with it, but I just upgraded to this, and this is a little bit much, so you don't really have to go with this. This will work just fine for you. And then obviously the black line is going to be your propane line, and that goes to your tank. And I mean, this doesn't burn that much propane, so this tank will probably last you a year if you're using it. And if not, I have 2 extra tanks over here which I use. Not to mention I have, I think, 3 or 5 extra tanks that I just throw in the back of the truck and have with us whenever we go camping. So that's all you're going to need, basically. You're going to need your water inlet, a SureFlow water filter. I would recommend getting the SureFlow. All your arrows have to match, of course, so your arrow points into your pump, and then again your arrow's pointing out of the pump. 3 gallon per minute pump minimum. Your battery pack, 12 volts, that's going to run your pump. And then this guy runs into a 1/2 inch to 3/4 brass adapter that'll feed into where your water line goes into the water heater. EcoTemp L7 model minimum is what you should have to run the system. Gets heated through the coil, comes back out and into your handset. Or you can have, like I said, an elaborate system like the one I got, where it's just an overhead shower, and you can use it with a shutoff valve. And it works great, guys. I mean, piping hot water, as much water as you want. If you're next to a river, as long as that guy's in the water and sucking up water, you got endless water. I mean, this is not going to run out, believe you me. You're going to have all the hot water in the world that you're going to need to shower, especially if you're by a river or any type of water source. But again, 25-gallon tank lasted me 2 comfortable showers, and that's all I needed to get through the weekend and get myself home. So totally recommend this for tiny homes, or if you're in a remote area and you need to get access to hot water and you want to take a comfortable shower. This is the system you want to go with. It's absolutely amazing. I would also recommend getting a little dispenser like this, because you just mount it to the side of the truck is what I did, and just, you know, you press down and you get your fluids that way. It's totally worth it. I think it was like 5 or 6. Actually, my neighbor gave me that years ago. So all you're going to need is that, guys, and you'll have an endless water, tankless water system. That's going to, so the only things you're really going to be buying is, if you don't have a battery pack, you don't even need a battery pack. You can use a 12-volt battery from your vehicle, or you can actually run it from your vehicle. So you can do that. You're going to need to buy a SureFlow at least 3 gallons per minute pump. Make sure you get a filter as well with it. And it's going to be the EcoTemp L7 model is what you want, the minimum from EcoTemp. And they're a great company. If this thing fails anytime, they'll totally take care of you. They've been an amazing company to work with. Like I said, my original unit, I forgot what it was. If it was my error or whatnot, they said, don't worry about it. We'll bump you up. We'll give you a better unit. Just pay the difference. And I believe it was 20 bucks. So totally worth it. Any questions or comments, guys, leave them below. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you guys like this kind of stuff. And, you know, hit the little bell if you want notifications on when I post new videos. And I can't thank you enough. You guys have a wonderful day.